I don't work on Wall Street, nor do any family members or close friends. I just think the movement is misdirecting their discontent. Why not occupy the White House? Rather than dumb stimulus after stimulus spending that never worked, the economy would be much better off if Obama stopped Kerry, stopped vilifying the successful and American businesses, and just fessed up that he was wrong all along. America does need business to create jobs and wants to work with them, not against them. Here are the Occupy Wall Street demands, along with a dose of reality from yours truly. Demand 1. Restoration of the living wage. This demand can only be met by ending free trade, by reimposing trade tariffs on all imported goods entering the American market, to level the playing field for domestic family farming and domestic manufacturing, as most nations that are dumping cheap products onto the American market have radical wage and environmental regulation advantages. Theory of comparative advantage. Look it up. Let countries focus on what they do best. In the US, that is no low-skill manufacturing. Demand 2. Institute a universal single-payer healthcare system. To do this all, private insurers must be banned from the healthcare market, as their only effect on the health of patients is to take money away from doctors, nurses, and hospitals, preventing them from doing their jobs. With an aging society, increasing life expectancies, and strained budgets, providing universal, free, unlimited healthcare for anyone who wants it is simply not feasible. It's not affordable, it's not sustainable, and it just doesn't work in the real world. Sorry for the dose of reality. Demand 3. Guaranteed living wage income, regardless of employment. Truth? First off, what is the living wage they recommend? Let's say it's $25,000. In a typical region, since I am sure they'd suggest it is adjusted for cost of living, so we can all move to San Fran or NYC and get $50,000, but even $25,000, right? Regardless of employment, kind of means, well, you do not have to work, right? So, if the 99 weeks of unemployment was not enough, now you can make $25,000 for life? No work required. Just collect. Sign me up. In fact, I do not know anyone who would not say, sign me up. Demand 4. Free college education. Truth? College is the great equalizer. I can get behind initiatives tied to educating Americans. But this is not practical. It is totally vague, and like usual, there's no detail on how to pay for it, just that they want it now. So, is this a free Ivy League education? Free state school? Free trade school? And what about the fact that college isn't the right choice for millions of Americans? Who pays? Demand 5. Begin a fast-track process to bring the fossil fuel economy to an end, while at the same bringing the alternative energy economy up to energy demand. Truth? What the hell does this have to do with Wall Street? Did we not learn from Spain? Didn't Obama's cylinder scandal teach us anything? You can only subsidize and support so much, but if there's no market support for an initiative, it's pissing money down a rat hole. Demand 6. $1 trillion in infrastructure, water, sewer, rail, roads, and bridges and electrical grid spending now. Truth? Yeah, we saw how great the stimulus projects were. First off, they're years to spend the money, and a good deal was pissed away on pet projects, and nobody was shovel-ready, with actual approved projects ready to go. Why would it be any different this time around? Demand 7. $1 trillion in ecological restoration, planting forests, re-establishing wetlands, and the natural flow of river systems, and decommissioning of all of America's nuclear power plants. Again, the truth? As always, where is this money supposed to come from? Demand 8. Racial and gender equal rights amendment. Truth? What? Is Wall Street racist? Of the people I know that work on Wall Street, old college buddies, and such, many are women and minorities. In fact, I've been seeing quite a bit of anti-Semitism directed toward Wall Street from bloggers, pundits, and people who should know better. I guess it's okay to leave out religious bigotry to suit their agenda. Demand 9. Open borders migration. Anyone can travel anywhere to work and live. This will work wonders for national security. Oh, and all those freebies you want to give everyone. Free healthcare for anyone on Earth. If you can get there, it's free everything. Paradise. Demand 10. Bring American elections up to international standards of a paper ballot precinct, counted and recounted in front of an independent and party observer system. Well, still fuming over the Bush presidency. Clearly a political charade here, not a true risk to democracy here in America. Perhaps focus efforts on gerrymandering and union members being forced to pay dues, which funnel to pockets of political candidates. That to me seems like more of an abuse of democracy than electric versus paper balloting. Demand 11. Immediate across-the-board debt forgiveness for all. Again, ridiculous. You borrowed money, pay it back. That's the real world. Whether or not you lost the ability to pay is not the bank's fault. Forgive credit cards. Forgive this. Forgive that. Boy, that does not have any moral hazard issues for repeating the same behavior. I can't even believe in addressing that one. Demand 12. Outlaw all credit reporting agencies. I guess assessing someone's credit worthiness is evil, you know, because since under the prior provision nobody needs to pay any debts anyway, I guess it would make sense to assess someone's ability to pay back a loan. How about all the organizers and supporters of this nonsensical tirade? Lend me some money. No questions asked. Demand 13. Allow all workers to sign a ballot at any time during a union organizing campaign, or at any time that represents the irony to having a union represent them in collective bargaining, or to form a union, and boom. Of course, here is the real agenda, the Marxist movement. We should all unionize. Anytime, any place, anyhow. Workers unite. Is it any wonder that businesses want to distance themselves from unions like moving jobs overseas? They're the antithesis of productivity. A union is diametrically opposed to efficiency. See? More workers, more hours, more overtime, higher costs, inflexibility. These are all the goals of union leadership, to derive maximum benefit to their members. And these things all kill business competitiveness. To argue otherwise is insanity. Sure, there's something to be said for workers' rights, and who knows, maybe we all have it much better today than we would have otherwise, if it weren't for unions last century. But to turn the entire country union, please, look at Greece today. It is shut down completely, right now, and utterly broke. And why? Unions. They close by saying these demands will create so many jobs we will need open borders to accommodate all the workers. What? That is insanity. So, I don't know if this is just some crazy person in their movement, or hundreds of these disenfranchised go along with this line of thinking, but it's not something that seems credible to me.